as well. So there's, I would guess, somewhere around 7 kills between the Zerglings and those initial drones as well. Lone Reaper now going to go over back and forth between these cliffs, just showing the power of that unit and how awesome it can be, especially in this early portion of the game. But the Roach Warren is down. We've got a Spine Crawler also being built here at the expansion as well. So that will make it a little tougher. But of course, the Reapers are going to be stopping very soon.
It does look like tanks with siege mode coming out from LzGamer. A very fast Viking, has enough money for a command center, has not built it yet, but he did skip the medevac, so he has no way of getting that tank up on that high ground cliff, and oh, the Reaper gets taken out by the Queen. Spinecrawler being made by Rhett just in case. Still no drop there. Finally, drop is getting researched, but looks like Rhett is very comfortable with the timing on this map. Just going to comfortably delay getting any sort of drop or air to deal with this cliff, as he just knows he can handle it with roaches.
We've got the Viking out as well, just going to be on the Overlord hunt, and that always is a annoying thing to deal with as a Zerg. Another gas is being picked up. Actually, 2 gases going up to 3 here for Rhett. He is at lair. Again, he's going to get speed and the sacks, and I love this day. I think that Zerg should drop more often, especially in these types of positions, and get the upper hand against the Terran in that regard. So I'm really excited about that. I get excited anytime I see it.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of people love roaches for their early defense, but then just sort of sit passively with them, and the drops are a great way to make use of those roaches. LzGamer getting spotted quite easily, and much to his dismay, he doesn't know it yet, but Rhett is right around the corner from getting a huge drop on this high ground. I mean, literally only about 30 seconds until it is finished. There are the tanks doing huge damage, picking off that spine crawler. Tanks actually do more damage unsieged than they do sieged. It's the splash that makes the siege mode so good, and it looks like it is going to be able to repel this little roach harassment. But there's the siege mode finally going up. There is the Viking doing a little damage before finally biting the dust, and Rhett getting a little distracted.
Here it comes. That all of a sudden the speed and the sacks make a huge difference, as they'll easily pop a couple of roaches up here on the side, and these siege tanks will go down. And just to show, nice job. He picks those siege tanks up, but you cannot panic. You've got to deal with what you've got. He's going to put the roaches back in there, but he also kind of spoiled the surprise. He knows that, okay, now there's this potential that overlords could stream into my base and units could drop down. So he did lose that element of surprise, but more importantly, he stopped it. And then, hello far expansion.
Oh, always so awesome to expand while your opponent is pressuring you, because if there's this sort of pressure going on, I mean, if there's a direct attack from LzGamer, you've got to play defensive, but if there's some sort of little cutesy drop that has exactly one purpose, expand, because there's nothing else your opponent can do about it. And here comes a nice little drop in the back, nothing too huge, just 3 roaches. Very easy way to one-shot SCVs.
And drop some creep right in the middle there, too. He does have to pull all of his SCVs. Thor coming in and will get dropped down right there, and will make some quick work of these roaches. He's going to back them off, and again, I know I'm not going to be able to kill that Thor with that roach, so why don't I pick it up and take it back home? I think it's so critical that people they know the opponents that they're playing against, and one roach could make the difference at the end of the game. You never know.
Absolutely, and it does look like double evolution chamber out for Rhett. Look at how many drones he's making. I mean, he could go for some sort of huge mass drop, but if we go to the resource counting station, we can already see Rhett is way up at 100 food, getting the double gas at this top expansion. Queen just popped. Let's see how long it takes for that larva to be added there. I mean, that's always a good sign of an extremely focused player. You see Queens being spread out a little bit. Another Viking coming in. Trying to do some scouting, but needs to be careful it doesn't get picked off, and it does manage to escape, and now these little Queens scuttle back to add their larva. So I guess Rhett did forget about this Queen in the top right. Most of the time he's really on with that. I wanted to be impressed by it. But
there he goes. There it is. And he does have quite a few drones here. He did safely manage to transfer as well without being seen, despite the fact that we did have those Vikings sort of checking around the base. We have, oh no, don't lose he loses the Overlord. It had 4 roaches in it. So a small victory there for the Thors. There's that Thor at the top of the ramp. High fives his buddy.
Now, one thing to note, Blue Flame Hellion is being upgraded by LzGamer. He has the medevac out right now. A drop in the corner could be key to picking off huge numbers of drones. There's the Spire for Ret almost done. This expansion on the top is super up and operational. Look at the drone saturation at that top right expansion.
Ridiculous.
Infestation Pit has been thrown down now as well. LzGamer shipping it over to the top left island with a fresh new command center could be key. We've even seen Torch really performed very well with a hidden expansion.
Uh-oh.
And is there a Blue Flame Hellion drop coming up?
I don't know, but this SCV is going to get in here and see this base and see the infestation pit and everything else that's going on in there. And what do we got going on? We got, yeah, just basically more scouting. We do have the island expansion being taken by LzGamer. It will be spotted, but LzGamer shuts it down. Meanwhile, here it comes, a drop in the back of the Zerg base.
And here's the Blue Flame Hellion. Ret is now aware of it, should be running those drones, and there they are, but the Hellions are a little bit faster. The drones are nicely lined up. He needs to get a little closer to get a good shot off, and managing to do some serious damage. Darting through right past the roaches into the mineral line. If he can get one more shot off, he will have done huge damage. That was a very, very nice little play there. Blue Flame Hellion, so tough to deal with.
And I'm just chuckling a little bit because, well, Ret had 84 drones. He's now down to 73 and only
tragedy.
43 SCVs. Right, so it's almost like, well, you did some damage there, but, you know, it actually didn't really matter that much. We got a drop coming out here. Ooh, he might be going for that island expansion. Remember that Overlord did see it. There are several roaches in there as well. And we've got 28 more roaches coming out for Ret right now. An
absurd macro from Ret. And look at that gas stockpile. He can easily spend that on infestors or higher tech units. And here comes the roach drop. Looks like it wasn't going for the island. Was going to swing around to the backside. There's some Blue Flame Hellions that have managed to catch some drones in the center, doing some huge damage. But roaches, meanwhile, forcing LzGamer to run, and he has even lost track of these Hellions in the center of the map, trying to send them to a useful spot as his Thors just surround and clean up. And here comes more of these Blue Flame Hellions up to the top side. Not many drones lie up top, and it looks like none will remain after LzGamer's through.
And once again, Ret with that really quick hive. He's getting the adrenal glands, +1 melee, and armor at 2. Last time he was at 1. Or 3, the Greater Spire is about ready to go up. I mean, this is just a ridiculously fast. It's 16 minutes into the game right now, and he's just got every essential Zerg upgrade that gives him so much utility at this point.
The one issue for LzGamer is that he needs to start getting more unit-producing structures. He has 3 factories. He's expanding like crazy. Hasn't really transferred SCVs to this top left, so it is just sunk money. And it looks like now the gold finally going down for LzGamer, but Ret already has his gold up and is running on 5 bases. Look at the upgrades coming up. Greater Spire done. Holy Broodlords, that is going to be tough to deal with.
Yeah, and he already has the Corruptors. I mean, even more impressive is just the timing that Ret is having in all this, you know? It's like the Corruptors are popping the moment that the Greater Spire is done. Then we've got the morph to the Broodlords. We got 4 morphing out right now. Make that 5. So this is going to be real nasty. I mean, this is just a well-timed and articulate build here. There's some more right there. Almost 8 Broodlord. It's going to be incredibly difficult with that strong ground army.
Yeah, and especially with the lack of Hellions from LzGamer, it is so hard to kill off Broodlings. And looks like LiquidRet is going for the huge push. LzGamer is actually swinging around, but Ret is more than willing to sack one of those expansions. Ret, having total domination of the map, needs to begin collecting all these units. Vikings coming out, but sadly one at a time, and there's more starports going down. I think LzGamer's shocked at how fast these Broodlords are coming.
I gotta agree, and there's just like, you know, what do you do at that point? Those Broodlords were like, those Broodlings were floating in the air. That was really weird. And here we go, the battle attack, and we've got the Roaches taking all of the damage up front. Now remember, these Broodlords are incredibly powerful, but they really need that ground support in order to be able to be successful, and having those Roaches will help. Here comes more Broodlings coming in from the back, and you see stuff like that, and then you see the 5 more behind it. and you just don't want to be a part of that party. And look at the size of this army as he gets ready to attack LzGamer's natural.
Rhett has never not been maxed this whole game, showing the power of the Broodlord. Almost all players going for Ultralisk in the late game, but look at all those Broodlings just swarming in. That Thor is so low on health, even though it has only been nibbled at by Broodlings, and just swarming in. LzGamer getting completely overrun. Rhett has stepped his play up so much and has not been anything but maxed for the last 5 minutes, even in the middle of that battle.
And here we've got SCVs trying to repair these Thors that are coming out, do any damage to try to take out this ground force and then deal with what we got. Some hurt Broodlords up there as the Vikings are doing their job. Looks like they're going to take another one out, but again, the damage looks to already be done as that Thor will be anti-repaired by the Roaches. Another one about ready to go down as Roaches continue to stream in and more on the way.
And there's the
GG.
good game.
I have to say, I feel like I watch a lot of Zerg games, and that was really solid. Like, it was just...
That was amazingly impressive. Because, I mean, generally when you see some insane one-sidedness in the late game like that, it's because of some huge pressure that Zerg put on. Like maybe getting 12 Mutalisk in and killing off half the SCVs. Or maybe a big drop that ate through his whole main. But literally, it was Rhett was just left alone, and there's him flashing the Team Liquid. Giving a little love, of course, to his team, Team Liquid.
I again, just really, really impressed. I mean, LzGamer is no slouch, especially
Absolutely.
TVZ. He, again, as you mentioned, taking out Machine recently, not in this tournament, just in a online competition. But Rhett, compared to even last MLG event,
oh yeah,
shocked. Amazing what 1 month can do. So congratulations to Rhett. 1 winner bracket matches down. And guess what, guys? We're going to be taking a lunch break.
Nom, nom, nom.
Get ready for the extended marathon that's going to happen this afternoon as the MLG 2010 Dallas National Championships continue. I'm DJ Wheat.
I'm Day 9.
And we will be back after lunch.